Coming up on this edition of Lubbock ISD Today, students at Hodges Elementary School had a special guest come and speak to them.
Well, I think it's just important because I feel like a lot of people, when they look at college athletes, think, well, they're just so into football or so into basketball. I feel like a lot of people don't understand the message of we're a student before we're an athlete.
And the Whiteside Warriors celebrated their 40th anniversary as a school with a night of festivities.
But our teachers always go above and beyond, and I know that Whiteside will continue for many years to come to do outstanding things.
Did you hear about this? Almost 1,900 Lubbock ISD students had a chance to see a Broadway show.
How excited are you to see the play?
Really, like 100%.
And in gameplay, the Lubbock High tennis team continues to find the win column and are now starting to win trophies.
All this and more on this episode of Lubbock ISD Today.
Hello and welcome to the 6th episode of Lubbock ISD Today. I'm Sierra Davila, a junior from Lubbock High School.
And I'm Alana Patrick, a senior from Monterey High School. And today, we plan on sharing all the new incredible news for our school districts.
That's right, Alana. As we start off the show with a special guest to Hodges Elementary. As Texas Tech football player, Garrett Morphy spoke to our students about being a first-generation football player at Texas Tech University. He is also the first-generation college student and spoke about the importance of taking care of business in the classroom.
Oh man, I'm just back giving back to this amazing community of Lubbock. The kids, man, they're awesome and they're the future of our generation. So I just wanted to come talk to them about college and about what it's like to be a college athlete and be a student at Texas Tech and just all the things about working hard and being a great student now. The way when they get older, they can keep those habits.
Really cool that he gave up his time to speak to our students.
Definitely. Now let's head over to Bean Elementary as they hosted their annual Career/Reach Day with the theme of Building Our Future. Take a look here. Speakers all across the South Plains came to talk about their careers with students at Bean's Reach Day. Reach Day is a celebration each 9 weeks for students' hard work and good behavior choices. And it looked to be a fun-filled day for our awesome students at Bean.
I think it's really good for them to see a wide variety of people doing different things and employing skills that they maybe have or things that they're interested in and seeing how they can use those skills, when they grow up.
So I want to be a detective because I feel like it's very mystery. It's a mystery and curious. It's very nice. So we've been talking to some people about their careers and asking them some questions. So we've been talking to a softball coach and a newspaper girl and a guy that works for Amigos United and I don't know the other one.
Wow, what a great way to acknowledge those who are reaching for the stars.
And they'll continue to reach for them. Over at Miller Elementary, students from Monterey High School that are involved in Chick-fil-A Leadership Academy read books to pre-K through second grade students and even had Chick-fil-A cow there. This is a fun way for high schoolers at Monterey to give to our younger students.
This group of students here at Monterey, on their first session, they put together bundles of books, and then they got to choose where they wanted to give and donate those books to, so they chose Miller.
What's in your hands right now?
I have books in my hands from Chick-fil-A.
Books from Chick-fil-A. Did y'all read them together?
Yeah, we read them together and asked questions.
All of the kids have sort of divided up and spread out amongst the second grade and the pre-K classes just to read stories to them as well as just spend time and be intentional with those kids.
I love seeing my school give back. Over at Whiteside Elementary, the Warriors celebrated their 40th anniversary of their school's opening. It originally opened in August of 1983. And their 40th birthday party included food trucks, performances from students, and recognitions of past administrators, and so much more. It was a fun celebration for a school that has done so much for our community.
If there is one word that I could use to describe Whiteside, it would be family. The staff feels like a family, this community feels like family, and I think seeing all the families represented here tonight just really shows how everybody feels that love at Whiteside. So fun to see multi-generational families here. It's been really, really neat also.
Congrats to Whiteside on their big celebration. And keeping it with the news from across our district, Lubbock ISD is so thankful for our partnership with Buddy Holly Hall. This membership, along with many others, made it possible for over 2,000 students to attend Disney's The Lion King at Buddy Holly Hall at a highly discounted price this week. This opportunity is to witness such a famous Broadway production is truly once in a lifetime. A huge thankful to everyone involved in this opportunity.
I'm very excited. It's actually my first time being here, and so I feel rushed, but at the same time excited to see a play for once.
We're just grateful for the opportunity, again, for our kids to be here, the organization, the teachers, the principals, all the organizations that made lots of effort to get kids here. It's been a village to be able to get everyone here on this production, but we're grateful and excited to see how the kids are going to react.
So jealous of our students that got to go to see the Broadway show.
Once in a lifetime opportunity for them.
For sure. And this week we continue to feature our student stories from the fair. The South Plains Fair has a lot to offer.
That's right, from food to animals, it's just so much fun.
First up to tell us more about the fair is Sarah Rose. Take it away, Sarah.
Yeah, Sierra and Alana. The South Plains Fair has so many fun things to do and see every year, but there's so much more than that, and sometimes it can get overlooked. Myself and Elena Lucero have the story.
When you think of the fair, you think of the food, the rides, maybe the attractions, but have you thought about the competitions? A lot of people come here every year to compete. Fair competitions feature everything from food, antiques, woodworking, and art. Our team caught up with one couple visiting the fair to learn more about the art that starts with our tiny tots.
And some of them, it looked like they were given
example.
Yeah, an example of a few things to draw, because some of them have multiple pictures that are done by different children, but they're the same thing. It's good to see how the children use the colors and how they followed the instructions, the examples that were given.
From elementary to high school and on, many demographics enter the fair. It's a large-scale operation.
In our category, we probably have about maybe 15 categories, and some categories, there's a lot of entries into that particular category, so that's where the competition comes in.
Competition is also found in the agricultural products of the fair, which includes the Lubbock staple, cotton. But the diverse colors of produce are nothing when matched with the other unique entries that come from across the South Plains.
I like to see all the crocheted animals, the stuffed animals and things. I think they're so good. They're so cute.
So from stuffed animals to welded smokers, the fair's many categories offer appeal for many people. Above all else, the fair, even in its competitive height, emphasizes our 806 community.
Just the people coming in with their items and things. A lot of these people have come year after year, and so they just know to come every year and enter.
For Lubbock ISD TV, this is Elena Lucero reporting.
So now the countdown is on for next year, and we can't wait to see all of the competition entries next year at the fair. Of course, the South Plains Fair will be back next year in exactly 350 days. Sierra and Alana, back to you.
Oh wow, we already have the countdown on for next year?
I love that because I love the fair so much. It is so much fun. Still, to come on this edition of Lubbock ISD Today, we head on over to the gameplay with Jaden. Our cross-country teams are running past the competition. Jaden will have all the details coming up when gameplay.
But first, we can almost smell it. We are heading back to South Plains Fair to continue to spotlight the people and the food that make it all possible.
So stick with us as we have more coming after this short break.
I'm really excited. We're going to work on our first LAISD Today show. It's going to be super good. I'm so excited to work with everybody. Everybody's going to do awesome.
The show starts in 5 minutes. Hurry up! Faster! Faster! Come on, go! Come back and forth! You dropped all of it, idiot!
You know what? If Dudley's gonna yell at us, let's go check out the script he's been working on.
Yeah. Only 5 words?
I can explain. I only had...
Welcome to Lubbock ISD Today!
Last year, our second year students taught our teachers about social media. So this year we decided to revisit.
And you just snapped. You know, you can start a streak by doing that.
A streak?
It's where you continuously snap someone every day.
Can I see the streak of my dog? My dog is much cuter than this dog.
Am I live? Like Facebook Live?
What's the story?
Hey, I moved over to TikTok.
At least you know how to say it.
Look like there's progress being made.
Welcome back to episode 6 of Lubbock ISD Today with your host, Sierra Davila and Alana Patrick. Sports with Jane Lopez. Weather with myself, Aubrey Noble, and Tuned In with Diego Molinar. Now, back to the desk as we return to the 6th episode of Lubbock ISD Today.
And with that, we welcome you back to Lubbock ISD Today. And Sierra, after watching the first fair story, I really want to learn more.
Right. Let's head on back to the 106th South Plains Fair to tell them more stories.
And we start with my story. I was given the prompt of how it started and how's it going.
Oh, I can't wait. Let's take a look.
If you visited the fair last week, you probably already know how's it going. But how did it start? Jaden and I went to get the story.
1914 is when we started. We did not have fairs during World War II, so 1942 through 45, no fairs. So our inheritance, when we started is a little bit different than our 106th fair. But we started out in the center of town, 5 months after Lubbock became a city. We moved over here in 1925, and we've been here ever since.
The South Plains Fair has been around for 106 years, and its future shines as bright as the night lights.
We kind of tried to do some improvements for our customers. We put millings in the parking lot that were donated from the construction crew that did 19th. We built permanent covers for our picnic table so you can get in the shade. It's a hot one this year, so we're glad we did it.
If you missed it last week, it's only fair for me to tell you that this year's fair has so many new things, like rides, games, and even food vendors.
We do have a new food vendor that's doing tacos this year, so believe it or not, we never had tacos on the fairgrounds, so we're excited about that.
For Lubbock ISD TV, I am Alana Patrick.
That's crazy. We live in Texas, and this year was the first year to have a taco stand.
I love that they are always adding new things, and I can confirm those tacos smelled and looked delicious.
I believe it. Speaking of delicious food, Diego and I had the second chance to tell a story on food with a nonprofit focus.
Almost every food vendor at the South Plains Fair gives back to a nonprofit, and let's take a look at this next profit.
The South Plains Fair has brought entertainment to the Lubbock region for more than a century. But if you ask the locals, they come for something fried on a stick.
Thank you so much. And walk in that right now.
With all the food y'all serve here, what are y'all best known for?
Our chicken on a stick. That's the thing.
Every day, they make these from scratch and fry them to perfection, something that these volunteers have done for a long time now.
Our main thing is chicken on a stick, and we've been doing that since '95, and people love it, so we keep doing it. So
it's very unique. I've never seen it.
Yeah, me neither.
I tried it yesterday.
Did you like it? Cool.
Good food, fueling the youth seeking God. And so, every dollar given goes back to our next generation.
Why do y'all take the time to put in hours of work for this nonprofit?
So for me, I'm on staff here at the church. I am the youth director, and so this is kind of falls under my responsibilities. But yes, we have tons of volunteers who come and give up their time and do it. And so most of them will do that with the understanding that it's going to help the youth and kind of help with their trips and their camps.
So with Lubbock ISD TV, I'm Diego Molinar, alongside my video journalist, Sierra Davila.
Great work, you and Diego. Food is a vital part of the South Plains Fair.
It is. They estimate over $1 million goes over directly into community. as a result of food vendors today going back to nonprofits.
That's awesome. And speaking of awesome, Diego is standing by with one of our favorite segments.
Yes, he is. Diego, take it away.
Thank you, Alana and Sierra. I'm Diego Molinar, a senior from Lubbock High, and we have a lot in store in this week's rendition of Tuned In. But we are bringing it to you live for the second time all year, and so let's get straight into it. It was all captured on Ring cameras inside of this Bark Hempstead home. A black bear breaks into the house through a window screen and roams around for a bit, but from there you could see the bear entering the kitchen, opening up the freezer, grabbing lasagna, and then ultimately leaving the house through the kitchen window. The bear is then seen on the outside camera holding the lasagna and walking away on the deck. Fortunately, nobody was hurt, but the bear did leave behind a mess. A compelling new study published in the journal Science is suggesting North America's oldest known human footprints may be even older than we previously thought. New dating methods used on the Ice Age fossils now place the footprints at roughly 23,000 years old, which would date them thousands of years before the earliest humans were generally believed to have arrived on the continent. And feast your eyes on a vintage 1981 DeLorean recently discovered in an Illinois barn and purchased, still sporting its original parts. Maybe even more amazing, the car only has 997 miles on it. The new owner is hoping a restoration will bring this rad relic from the past and wait for it back to the future. This Halloween, a Utah neighborhood is ditching the orange and instead thinking pink. Very pink. A group of homeowners in the neighborhood of Daybreak are celebrating the smash hit of the summer with the decorative Halloween theme of Barbies and the Birds. The neighborhood is already going viral for their efforts with countless views online. And Fat Bear Week is over and the votes are in. This year's winner of the annual National Park Pre-Hibernation Weight Gain Contest is 128 Grazer, a bulky, big, bad mama bear who bested the rest of the field. When asked about her big win, she declined to comment because, well, she's a bear. And in the box office, The Blind stayed in fifth place while The Creator dropped to fourth in ticket sales. Saw X scared up 8 million but fell to third. Paw Patrol, the Mite movie, fell to second, and audiences were ready for the return of Ellen Burstyn and The Exorcist Believer, which easily opened on top. And that's your look at what's tuned in and what's trending around the world. We hope you have a spooky Friday the 13th. I'll send it back to our team of Sierra and Alana at the desk.
Thanks so much, Diego. That was a fun and interesting Tuned In.
Yes, it was. Now October is here and we are finally starting to see fall-like temperatures.
I know, it's been so great. Let's send it over to Aubrey Noble. Aubrey, please tell me it will stay cool.
Lana, we'll definitely have some good news for you. Like you both just said, I'm Aubrey Noble, a junior from Monterey High, and welcome to the weather segment on Lubbock ISD Today. It's been cooling down as of recently, and we're going to jump back up on Tuesday and Wednesday, but before we get into that, let's take a look earlier on today and this weekend. Today and tonight, we'll be seeing nice, moderate temperatures, starting off on a crisp morning and leaving off on a nice, sunny afternoon. The winds we will be encountering will be mostly moderate, but if you're going to the game tonight, bring a jacket. It will be in the late 40s. Later on this weekend, we will see some continuation of our current forecast. So just hang in and stay outside and enjoy the weekend. Winds this weekend will continue to be neutral, still coming up to highs of 19 miles per hour to shorter lows of 5 miles per hour. After that, Monday continues on as usual, though Tuesday and Wednesday will reach some highs, tipping on 10 degrees above what we've been used to in the returning week. Monday's winds will be light as a feather, reaching a max of 7 miles per hour, then coming back throughout the rest of the week at around 14 miles per hour. Overall, we're not to expect any precipitation for the week to come, but another dry week. In positive news, in the extended forecast, there looks to be 2 days in the coming weeks that just might have some precipitation. Let's keep our fingers crossed for that, of course. This has been Aubrey Noble bringing you the weather, and back to the desk.
Oh wow, that looks like an amazing week to get outside.
Couldn't agree more. Thank you so much for the weather, Aubrey. Fall season is finally here.
For sure. And still to come on this edition of Lubbock ISD Today, we keep it real with Mr. Ward. What does he have in store for us this week? We just have to wait and see.
But first, we head on over to Sports Set with Jaden on gameplay. He has all the results from a dominant by Lubbock ISD at the cross country meet.
So stick with us. We'll have more coming up after this short break.
Today we were forcing our anchors to think on the spot. Being able to ad-lib is a vital key for our anchors in case anything goes wrong. Recently, we pushed this to the extreme.
All right, anchors, we are going live.
But there's nothing on the teleprompter.
What are we supposed to do? We can't debut a new show without scripts.
Going live in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to LISD Today.
Now let's toss it to the weather.
Nothing to report on weather.
Toss to sports?
Nothing on sports.
Well, that concludes our show.
Thanks for watching, I think.
They'll get better at it. Sorry, usually I'd have something clever to say, but there's nothing on the script.
Get rolling, Caesar. Come on, Caesar, you can't keep up? Okay, Caesar, I promise that was the last time.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. Let's get on the road and tell some stories.
Catch all the on-the-road stories running every day on Lubbock ISD TV.
Gary, you gonna wear your seatbelt?
No. Dude, I don't need a seatbelt. We're in the middle of a parking lot. We're at school, so we're fine.
It's your family.
All right, wait.
So are we gonna wear our seatbelt from now on? Exactly. Always wear your seatbelts.
Welcome into gameplay. I am Jaden Lopez, a senior from Estacado. You know, cross country is a unique sport in that it requires endurance, perseverance, and mental toughness. And by the results that I'm going to tell you about, you will see that athletes have specialized in all three. Of course, ladies go first. And congrats to the Monterey Lady Plainsmen on winning the district title for District 4-5A. Lubbock High finished 3rd and Coronado finished 4th. In total, we had 6 Lubbock ISD runners finish in the top 10. That's awesome. And here are the guys' results. Monterey finished 2nd in the district, and with Lubbock High right behind him, taking home 3rd. Lubbock ISD took him top 3 of the top 5 finishers. And we want to say congrats of our cross-country runners that completed this tough 5,000-meter race out at May Simmons Park. We wish a lot of our teams luck in the Region 1 meet. Michael Jordan once said, champions don't become champions when they win an event, but in the hours, weeks, months, and years they spend preparing for it. And for Lubbock High Tennis, they are reaping the benefits of their hard work because they are district champions. And most recently, 5A by-district champs. They have been so good all season long. We wish all of our tennis teams the very best as they continue on in the postseason play. With homecoming events. This was captured last Friday right before their home game against Palo Duro. The PAP rally had all these fun events, from band to the teams, and even crowning the homecoming king, and then at the game, the homecoming queen. Was so fun to see at the high school Lubbock High spirit. And this past week, we celebrated National Coaches Day across the country, and we wanted to take a moment to say, coaches, your influence reaches far and beyond the field, court, or classroom, leaves a lasting impact on the character and growth of our future leaders. Thank you, coaches, for all that you do. And some exciting news. Basketball season is on the horizon. As today, all of our girls teams from around the state have been officially stated their first practices today. Our boys' team will get started next week, but the basketball season is almost here and we cannot wait. Of course, on the gridiron tonight, we have Monterey hosting Caprock, and it should be a great game tonight. I know
both teams are eager to get a district win tonight.
For sure, district games are the most important games, and so we will wish the best out for both teams tonight.
We sure will. Thank you for sports news, Jaden.
You bet.
And still to come, this episode of Lubbock ISD Today is coming to a close.
It sadly is, but don't tune out just yet. After this short pause, we'll have our grand final.
Stay tuned.
Lubbock High, Monterey, Coronado, and Estacado. All of them are perennial playoff contenders, wreaking havoc to every name on their schedule.
Oh, what a ball! What a score!
Elite? Yeah. A tradition of winning? But when did that tradition start? Was it the state championships that laid the foundation? The district titles that come on an annual basis? Or none of that at all? Maybe it's something more. And tonight, we are going to find out because the Boys of Fall are back. Presented by Lubbock ISD TV.
Welcome back to Lubbock ISD Today. Well, y'all, we did it. An anonymous person once said, adversity is one of life's greatest teachers. And today our students, rather your students, overcame a lot and put on their first live newscast of the school year. Yeah, it's big time. Live TV is so hard because really anything can happen. We could have audio issues, or like last week, our teleprompter went out on us right before we started sports. Literally, there were so many things that could happen, but our students overcame them. To me, challenges are what makes life interesting, but overcoming those challenges makes life meaningful. And I'm so proud of our students, y'all don't even understand. For me, I set a goal for every live show for us to go live technically by mid through October. Of course, this is our second live show, and so we beat that goal. But now it's time to come up with a new goal and a new obstacle for our students to overcome. And that challenge is for them to produce this entire show by Christmas. I think they can do it. Now that's me, Mr. Ward, keeping it real, only on Lubbock ISD Today. I'll send it back to our team of 4 at the desk.
Thanks so much, Mr. Ward. And we want to thank you so much for tuning into the 6th edition of Lubbock ISD Today.
We will be back next week bringing you more stories from across Lubbock ISD.
And we can't wait for that. But don't forget to follow our social media platforms for more amazing stories.
And we will see you next time on Lubbock ISD Today.
Technical Director, Lincoln Oglesby. Executive Producer, Sarah Rose. Floor Manager and Camera Operator, Elena Lucero. With your host, Sierra Davila and Alana Patrick. Sports with Jaden Lopez. Weather with myself, Aubrey Noble. And Tuned In with Diego Molinar.
This has been a production of the students and staff at Lubbock ISD TV.
You know, it's no secret that we are extremely lucky to have everything we do here at Lubbock ISD TV, but we wanted to take a moment and say thank you. Thank you for watching student-produced television right here on Lubbock ISD TV.